Page 78, The Blanket. The first time my mother goes to New York City, it is only for a long weekend visit. Her kiss on our cheeks, as much a promise as the excitement in her eyes. I'll bring something back for each of you. It's Friday night and the weekend ahead is already calling us to the Candy Lady's house. My hand in Daddy's. He doesn't know how to say no, my grandmother complains. But neither does she. Dresses and socks and ribbons, our hair pressed and curled, she calls my sister and me her baby girls, smiles proudly when the women say how pretty we are. So for the first time my mother goes to New York City, we don't know to be sad. The weight of our grandparents' love like a blanket, with us beneath it, safe and warm. Miss Bell and the Marchers. They look like regular people visiting our neighbor Miss Bell. Foil-covered dishes held out in front of them as they arrive in small, some in pairs, some alone, some just little kids holding their mother's hands. If you didn't know, you'd think it was just an evening gathering. Maybe church people heading into Miss Bell's house to talk about God, but when Miss Bell pulls her blinds closed, the people fill their dinner plates with food, their glasses with sweet tea, and gather to talk about marching. Even though Miss Bell works for a white lady who said, "I'll fire you in a minute if I ever see you on that line," Miss Bell knows that marching isn't the only thing she can do, knows that people fighting need full bellies to think and safe places to gather. She knows the white lady isn't the only one who's watching, listening, waiting to end this fight. So she keeps the marchers' glasses filled, adds more cornbread and potato salad to their plates, stands in the kitchen ready to slice lemon pound cake into generous pieces, and in the morning, just before she pulls her uniform from the closet, she prays, "God, please give me and those people marching another day. Amen." How to listen number 2. In the stores downtown, we're always followed around, just because we're brown. There's a whole chapter devoted to that, so you can tell it's very important. In the stores downtown, we're always followed around, just because we're brown. Hair night. Saturday night, smells of biscuits and burning hair. Supper done, and my grandmother has transformed the kitchen into a beauty shop. Laid across the table is the hot comb, Dixie Peach hair grease, horsehair brush, parting stick, and one girl at a time. "Jackie first," my sister says. Our freshly washed hair, damp and spiraling over toweled shoulders and pale cotton nightgowns. She opens her book to the marked page, curls up in a chair pulled close to the wood-burning stove, bowls of peanuts in her lap. The words in her books are small. The words in her books are so small I have to squint to see the letters. Hans Brinker or the Silver Skates, The House at Pooh Corner, Swiss Family Robinson. Thick books dog-eared from the handing down from neighbor to neighbor. My sister handles them gently, marks the pages with torn brown pieces of paper bag, wipes her hands before going beyond the hardbound covers. "Read to me," I say, my eyes and scalp already stinging from the tug of the brush through my hair, and while my grandmother sets the hot comb on the flame, heats it just enough to pull my tight curls straighter, my sister's voice wafts over the kitchen, past the smell of hair and oil and flame, settles like a hand on my shoulder and holds me there. I want silver skates like Hans's. A place on a desert island. I have never seen the ocean, but this too I can imagine. Blue water pouring over red dirt. As my sister reads, the pictures begin forming as though someone has turned on a television, lowered the sound, pulled it up close. Grainy black and white pictures come slowly at me, deep, infinite, remembered. On a bright December morning long ago, my sister's clear, soft voice opens up the world to me. I lean in, so hungry for it. "Hold still now," my grandmother warns. So I sit on my hands to keep my mind off my hurting head and my whole body still. But the rest of me is already leaving. The rest of me is already gone.